The frontier station hummed with its usual rhythm of alien species going about their duties. Commander Zix Thor, a towering Krellian with crystalline skin that reflected the station's blue lighting, stood in his office reviewing personnel files. His four eyes narrowed as he examined the latest recruit's documentation. "This human," he muttered, his translator converting his clicks into standard. "Ada Chen. Something is irregular." The file showed a young woman, barely into her 20s by human standards, with dark eyes that seemed too calm for someone so inexperienced. Her combat record was sparse, almost suspiciously so. A few minor skirmishes on colony worlds, nothing that would warrant assignment to the frontier, where the galaxy's most dangerous border conflicts erupted daily. Across the station, in the enlisted barracks, Toby Martinez sat on his bunk, polishing his rifle with methodical precision. The young human had arrived 3 months before Ada, and he'd quickly earned a reputation as reliable if unremarkable. He was friendly, competent, and forgettable, exactly how he preferred it. When Ada arrived for her first day, the Garrison's mixed-species complement barely gave her a second glance. Humans were still relatively new to the Galactic Coalition, but they'd proven themselves capable soldiers. Ada moved through orientation with quiet efficiency, answering questions with minimal words and keeping her expressions neutral. Toby watched her from across the briefing room. Something nagged at him. The way she held herself, the precise economy of her movements. He'd seen it before, though he couldn't place where. The first combat operation came within a week. A Skrell raiding party had attacked a mining outpost, and the Garrison deployed to respond. Ada was assigned to Toby's squad, much to the relief of their Vraxian sergeant, who believed humans worked better together. The transport ship descended through atmospheric interference, and the squad prepared for insertion. Ada checked her weapon with practiced hands, her face a mask of concentration. Toby noticed she'd customized her gear, removed the standard-issue knee pads, added extra magazines in unconventional positions, and modified her helmet's HUD in ways that would take most soldiers months to figure out. "First drop?" he asked, trying to sound casual. Ada glanced at him, and for just a moment something flickered in her eyes. Something like that. The firefight erupted the moment they hit the ground. The Skrell were dug in deeper than intelligence had suggested, their plasma weapons turning the mining facility into a hellscape of molten metal and superheated air. The squad scattered for cover, returning fire as their sergeant barked orders through the comm system. Toby found himself pinned behind a cargo container, 3 Skrell warriors advancing on his position. He was calculating his odds, none of them good, when Ada appeared. She moved like liquid death. The first Skrell went down before it could register her presence, her blade finding the weak point in its exoskeleton with surgical precision. The second managed to turn, but Ada was already inside its guard, her pistol firing twice at point-blank range. The third tried to fall back, and Ada threw her knife with casual accuracy, the blade embedding itself in the creature's primary breathing orifice. The entire engagement took perhaps 4 seconds. Toby stared, recognition finally clicking into place. That style, that efficiency, he'd seen it once before, in classified briefing footage from the Terminus campaign. Footage that wasn't supposed to exist. "You're Ghost 7, he breathed. Ada froze, her hand halfway to retrieving her knife. When she turned to face him, her expression was carefully blank, but Toby could see the calculation behind her eyes. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said. "The Terminus campaign, the operation that officially never happened. Coast team, 12 operators who held off an entire Zathrine invasion fleet long, enough for the colony evacuation." Toby's mind raced through the details he'd been briefed on during his own classified assignment. Command said everyone on Ghost Team died. Full memorial service, names on the monument, everything. Ada's jaw tightened. Then everyone on Ghost Team died. Except they didn't file a body for Ghost 7, said it was unrecoverable due to environmental conditions. Toby kept his voice low, aware that their comm channels were theoretically monitored. "You vanished, and now you show up here with a scrubbed file and a cover story that wouldn't fool a cadet." The rest of the squad was securing the perimeter, too busy to notice their conversation. Ada studied Toby for a long moment, and he could see her weighing options, calculating risks. "Toby Martinez," she said finally. "Former Intelligence Division. You were stationed on the DSS Endeavor during the Kresh negotiations. You discovered the assassination plot but couldn't prove it through official channels, so you fed information to a freelance reporter, got the conspirators exposed, and took a demotion to regular infantry to avoid a court-martial. Now it was Toby's turn to freeze. How do you? Because I read files too. Real ones, not the sanitized versions. Ada moved to retrieve her knife, wiping the blade clean with practiced motions. We all have reasons for being here, Toby. We all have things we'd rather leave buried. Toby understood then. The frontier station wasn't just a military posting. It was an exile. A place where the coalition sent people who were too valuable to discharge but too problematic to keep in the core worlds. Ada wasn't hiding from enemies. She was hiding from her own command structure. The others on Ghost Team, he asked quietly. They really died, Ada confirmed, and for the first time emotion cracked through her professional facade. I was the only one who made it out. Command wanted to use me as a propaganda symbol, parade me around as the hero of Terminus. I disagreed with their assessment. So you died too. So I died too. Ada checked her weapon, preparing to rejoin the squad, and Ada Chen is just another grunt doing her job. That's all she needs to be. Toby nodded slowly. Your secret's safe with me. We all deserve a second chance to be ordinary. Ada paused, something like gratitude flickering across her face. Thanks, and Toby? Your information network trick during the crash situation? It was brilliant. You saved a lot of lives. So did you at Terminus. They rejoined their squad as if nothing had happened, two unremarkable soldiers among dozens. Commander Zixthor would continue investigating Ada's file, finding nothing but bureaucratic dead ends and classified restrictions. The Garrison would continue its missions, and Ada and Toby would execute their duties with quiet competence. Sometimes the greatest warriors were the ones nobody noticed. And sometimes that was exactly how they wanted it.